your destiny.
Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're looking at a scenario surrounding the question, what if the Rogue One team survived the Battle of Scarif? The beaches of Scarif, moments after the Death Star plans are transmitted. The sky burns with the green glow of the Death Star's superlaser, but the Rogue One team Jyn Erso, Cassian Andor, Bodhi Rook, Chirrut Emu Way, Baze Malbus, and K2SO have narrowly escaped the blast radius. They're battered, bruised, but alive, huddled in a stolen Imperial shuttle hidden in a jungle clearing. The sound of TIE fighters screech overhead as the rebellion's fate hangs in the balance. The shuttle lurches as Bodhi punches the throttle. The team braces as the craft weaves through Scarif's collapsing towers, dodging laser fire. Jyn stares out the viewport, the weight of her father's sacrifice heavy in her eyes. The shuttle breaks atmosphere, narrowly evading an Imperial blockade. Bodhi's piloting, guided by Chirrut's uncanny instincts, threads them through a gap in the chaos. They jump to hyperspace, the stars stretching into lines. The team exhales, but tension lingers. Later, after regrouping with the rebellion, the Rogue One team, battered but unbroken, stand before the council. Mon, Mothma, and Dodonna listen as Jyn recounts their mission. The plans are now with Leia. Suddenly, a transmission comes in informing the rebels that Alderaan has been destroyed by the Empire. Cassian and Jyn feel like their mission was a failure. Cassian, Jyn, and K2 steal a ship with explosive charges and travel to the remnants of the Alderaan system, hoping to find the Death Star. Jyn wants to plant charges at the reactor core. The tractor beam has already been disabled by Obi-Wan Kenobi, so the group manages a covert landing and sneak inside. At a maintenance shaft near the Death Star's core, Jyn, Cassian, and K2 crouch behind a console, wiring explosive charges. Jin's hands tremble as she sinks the detonator. Alarms suddenly blare. Someone else is causing chaos. A door hisses open. Blaster bolts fly as Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Leia Organa, Chewbacca, and two droids, R2-D2 and C-3PO, burst in, pursued by stormtroopers. Han fires wildly, Chewie roars, and Leia snaps orders. Luke clutches a lightsaber, eyes wide. The Rogue One team ducks, caught off guard. Stormtroopers close in. Jyn and Leia exchange a glance, silently aligning. The groups merge, fighting back to back. Cassian, Luke, and Han snipe troopers with precision. K2 and Chewie hurl a stormtrooper into a wall. Jyn and Leia cover the droids, who hack a blast door shut. The combined team races toward the reactor core, navigating catwalks over a yawning abyss. K2 and R2 interface to disable security grids, trading digital jabs. Jyn and Leia lead their shared defiance, forging a bond. Luke, sensing the Force, stays close to Jyn, intrigued by her resolve. At the reactor, Jyn and Cassian plant the charges while Han and Chewie guard the entrance. Leia and Luke monitor the controls, R2 feeding them data. They finish just as more stormtroopers arrive. K2 provides a distraction that allows the groups to slip away. Each team makes it back to their ship. Luke watches on as Vader strikes down Obi-Wan. The shuttles blast out as the Death Star's alarms scream. Behind them, the charges detonate, crippling the reactor and disabling the weapon system. The station doesn't explode, but it's vulnerable to an attack by the rebellion. Aboard the shuttle, the teams catch their breath as they jump to hyperspace, headed for Yavin 4. Jyn looks at Cassian, a spark of hope in her eyes. The fight will continue as originally conceived, with Luke destroying the Death Star. In an alternate universe, the crew of Rogue One could have survived Scarif and returned to the rebellion, though it would weaken the narrative. Rogue One is built on the idea that victory demands immense personal cost. This sacrifice directly enables the success of A New Hope, making the destruction of the Death Star a collective triumph rather than a single hero's glory. If they survive, this theme weakens, as the story shifts from selfless sacrifice to a more conventional, hero's escape arc. If they had survived, their integration into later stories could overcrowd the narrative, potentially overshadowing established heroes like Luke, Leia, and Han. Nevertheless, Many stories exist beyond those of canon. That's all for now. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe down below.